It was definitely 200 before, right? What? This makes no sense. We've kind of broken this myth, and it is such a more weird answer than I could have ever imagined. All right, and welcome back, guys. In this one video, we're gonna be answering one of the biggest questions I've been asked and the zombies community's had since the beginning of Cold War. This question is if any of these skill upgrades affect any of the wonder weapons. We're talking about the raygun, the LAKEY, and the D.I.E Shockwave. Now, I have already made one video similar to this, and it was testing out if pistol tier 5 affect the raygun. We went all the way through, got all the testing numbers, and no, upgrading the pistol tier does not affect the raygun whatsoever. Now, I made that video to answer as many questions as possible, but that video only left people with more questions. People are now saying special tier 5 upgrade rayguns. They're saying launchers upgrade rayguns. They're saying the AR upgrade the LAKEY and all this stuff. We're gonna go through, test every single one of these skills. We're gonna upgrade them all to tier 5 and see if any of these skill upgrades have any effect on any wonder weapon in Cold War right now. And here's exactly how I'm gonna test it. I am on a level 23 account that does not have any of these weapon skills upgraded. They're all back on tier 1. None of them are upgraded. We're gonna go get damage numbers for all 3 wonder weapons. Then we're gonna hop back into the main account and see if any of those numbers differ in the slightest. And that right there will give us the proof we need to see if any of these skill upgrades affect the wonder weapons. Alrighty, now we're loaded into FIREBASE-Z to get our first set of damage numbers. I'm gonna get the LAKEY, I'm gonna get all the different damage profiles for the LAKEY and see if those change when we switch over to the other account. If you guys are new here and want to sub, I'd greatly appreciate it. We're slowly making our way to 75k subs. We're gonna have tons of more Cold War testing content like this and content from just about any other zombies game. And I want to give a huge thanks to everyone who's gonna like, comment, and watch this video in its entirety. All 3 of those things help me out massively. All right, so this is the LAKEY with no tier upgrades whatsoever. We are currently doing 1,750 damage per headshot. And keep in mind, we don't have any perks. For all these tests, we're not gonna have a single perk. That way we make sure there's no modifiers on anything making effect. So a headshot is doing 1,750 damage, and a body shot seems to be doing about 700 for every body shot we do. We can also test the alternate ammo type, and that is doing 300 per tick. So it's 300 for this, 700 for the body shot, and 1,750 for the headshot for the LAKEY. All right, now we got the raygun for the non-upgraded account, and it looks like per headshot for the raygun, we're doing about 1,960. Is that what I saw there? 1,960-ish. It's give or take a couple, depending. So 1,960 is what we're gonna write down for the headshot value for the raygun. Now let's test out the splash damage. So that was 1,000 splash, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So yeah, let's see if it's the same for a zombie, but on the Megaton, we were doing 1,000 for splash with each individual shot with the raygun. And now for the last wonder weapon, we've got the D.I.E Shockwave, and we're doing, well, we got insta-kill on. Hold on, give it 1, 3, 2, 1. All right, now for the final wonder weapon, we have the D.I.E Shockwave, and per suck, it looks like we are doing at the closest range. Let me shoot out some bullets so we can suck again. So it looks like at the closest range, we're doing 200 damage per suck tick. So that's kind of the damage we're getting with that. And then for blaster, that was definitely 15,000. So 200 for the suck. Yeah, 200 for the suck. And then 1,500 for the blast. 200 for the suck, 1,500 for the blast. All right, now we're back on the main account. Just to show you real quick, we have every single thing upgraded to tier 5. So now we're gonna go get all the same numbers again and see if any of those numbers have changed based on the numbers we just got. I've now managed to get the LAKEY. Let's test to see if any of the damage numbers have changed. So per headshot, we're getting 1,750, which is exactly what we were getting before. So headshot 1,750. Now let's go for the body shot. 700, the exact same that we were seeing before. And the tick damage from the blast is 300. Once again, the exact same number we saw on the other account. So the LAKEY is not affected by any of the tier 5 upgrades. Now let's go check the raygun and the D.I.E Shockwave as well. All right, now I've got the raygun and the D.I.E Shockwave. This is actually a few days later. I've had terrible RNG trying to get this, and every single time I got the raygun, I would get some sort of disconnect issue, or the game would crash, or something dumb would happen. So regardless, I got both of them now ready to go. Losing my voice a little bit, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. So let's go ahead and get the last set of numbers we need. So on this account, we've got everything tier 5. We're using the raygun, and per headshot, we're getting about 1,900 And those weren't headshots. 1,000, yeah, 1,960. So far, nothing has affected the ray gun. It is still doing the same damage per headshot it was doing before. All right, but now let's look at the normal damage that the ray gun does. So that right there was 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So yeah, it appears the ray gun is not affected by any tier 5 upgrades in the game as of now. But let's look at the D.I.E Shockwave. A lot of people think the rocket launcher tier upgrade affects this. So per shot, we are once again doing 1,500 per rocket blast of this. And wait, is that actually more? Wait, why does that seem like it's more? I thought it was 200 before. Wait, what? So it's still doing 15,000 per shot. Why is the suck doing more for this? It was definitely 200 before, right? What? This makes no sense. Why is this the only thing that's affected? That makes no sense. Why is it 279? That's such a random number. Yeah, I have no idea. I have tested this and I've tested this and I've tested this. I am not sure what upgrade is making the D.I.E Shockwave better at sucking. So far, I've got tier 3 SMGs, tier 3 rocket launchers, tier 3 specials, tier 3 shotguns. None of those have affected it, so I don't know what it is, but I don't have enough crystals with this account, and I've already grinded on this account for probably 6 hours today testing this out. There is one upgrade out there, and I am going to get to the bottom of it, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, boys. We've kind of broken this myth, and it is such a more weird answer than I could have ever imagined. So, one of the tier 5 upgrades specifically upgrades the damage of the sucking power of the D.I.E Shockwave, and that is it. No other weapons affected. The LAKEY, the ray gun are affected in no way, shape, or form. The blast of the D.I.E Shockwave is not affected in any way, but there is one weapon upgrade that affects the power of the suck of the D.I.E Shockwave, and I'm just absolutely baffled by that. I had no idea that was going to be the outcome here. As we were going through the numbers, I expected to just pull out the Shockwave, be done with it, and I'm like, oh, but as we got to our very last test, the sucking test, it turns out that there is one tier 5 upgrade somehow affecting the suck of the Shockwave, and I am absolutely lost. I'm going to eventually get to the bottom of this, and I will 100% have it put in the comments below. But yeah, we've already spent probably 12 hours on this video just testing. I have got to take the time. I've got to get this account maxed out because we can't even buy any more upgrades until we level this account up till 55, because you don't even unlock the option to buy the classes till you get it 55. So I've got to take this account, get it to 55, get enough crystals to get every weapon tier upgrade to tier 5. But we will find out what tier 5 upgrade is affecting the suck power. There is one tier 5 upgrade that allows you to suck better than anything else, and we'll find it. I promise you that. Just not quite in this video, boys. But yeah, I guess the myth has been busted or proven, whichever way you want to look at it. Technically, the tier 5 upgrades do affect wonder weapons. It's just in the weirdest way humanly possible. So one thing that I do hope in the future, though, I hope they add a whole different tier, a tier 5 upgrade that just says wonder weapon, and upgrading that tier will make every wonder weapon better, because clearly I don't know what's quite going on with the system they have now. As it stands, there is no way to upgrade your LAKEY or your ray gun as it goes for weapon upgrades, boys. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you have any ideas of what class it could be, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna try the LMGs next, but at this point it's all random. I still have melees to test, like snipers, LMGs, and just none of them make sense to affect the Shockwave in any way, shape, or form. So definitely let me know if you guys have any suggestions to help me solve this problem, and I will keep you guys up to date as soon as I find out the actual issue with this problem, boys. Thank you guys so much for watching and for the support, and I will see you guys in the next one, boys. I just want to take the last little moment at the end of the video here to give a huge thanks to everyone who's became a Twitch subscriber and a YouTube member. And a huge special thanks to those who have taken it above and beyond. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Cryptic, the absolute boss, Shadow King, the man whose name should be really easy to pronounce, Yamasta, and the madman, Buckley himself. All 4 of these people have taken a step above and beyond and became Unlock++ members on YouTube. Thank you guys so much, true homies.